Good evening, everyone. So, yesterday we have completed our Taylor and Fuel. Today we'll discuss about Gullick. So, again, just a 5-minute brief. Uh, Father of public administration is Woodrow Wilson. Woodrow Wilson, Woodrow Wilson regarded as the father of public administration. Wilson, a political science professor, President of United States. He has written an article, The Study of Administration in American Political Journal, and that particular article and the importance of that article made him the father of public administration. Although Kautilya or Chanakya's Arthashastra is very rich content on administration, still Arthashastra cannot be as popular as the study of administration. And some most popular development by Woodrow Wilson is polity administration dichotomy. He separated administration from politics, which was the first stage of development of growth of public administration, and merit-based recruitment system. He was first comparativist, and Taylor. Taylor is father of scientific management principle, or Taylor's idea of scientific management principle is known as Taylorism, using which industry across the world which are earlier loss making turn into profit making one, and some of idea of Taylor is still relevant. Namaskar. And fuel is, yesterday we have discussed POC plus 14 universal principle of administration. Fuel is one of the important classical theorists, experience working in both public and private sector. He got a Nobel Prize in metallurgy, and he said administration is POC. POC means planning, organizing, controlling, commanding, coordinating, and he give 14 principle of administration, which is said universal principle can applied in both public and private sector. This is fair. And Gullick post corp plus 10 neutral principle. Gullick is also an important classical theorist. He also experienced working in both public-private sector. He said administration is post-corp, that means planning, organizing, staffing, directing, coordinating, reporting, budgeting, and 10 neutral principle, which can applied in many organizations. And just show you the syllabus. These are some principle: hierarchy, unity of command, span of control, authority responsibility, coordination, supervision, centralization, decentralization, delegation. These are principle of organization, and these are some of the principle of Fayol, Gullick, and Orbic. So whenever you get a question on any principle, be it unity of command, authority responsibility, coordination, delegation, you have to mention the theorist, their idea in most of the indirect question, which you supposedly get in future. So Gullick, postcard plus 10 neutral principle, Orbic has given 8 principle, and one of the most important principle is principle of correspondence. That means authority must equal to responsibility. Max Weber, father of bureaucracy, German sociologist, study dominion in society, explain about authority, differentiate between power and authority. He said power is coercive but authority is legitimate. The source of authority is law, constitution, and explain about three type of authority: traditional authority, charismatic authority, legal rational authority. And the administrative system under legal rational authority is bureaucracy. Weber has given positive meaning of bureaucracy. Weber has given instrumental aspect of bureaucracy. Okay, that we will discuss later. MP Follett, who was the mother of modern management, she is ahead of her time. That means Follett belongs to the classical group, but her idea resemble with human relation and behavioral. So we can say that term like authority hella, leadership hella, power hella, control hella, conflict hella, all these things, authority, the classical authority different from Follett authority. Leadership, classical, different from Follett. Conflict, classical, different from Follett. And one important idea of Follett is Follett reject relegation. Follett said authority belongs to the job and stay with it, it cannot be delegated. MP Follett. Just some point you need to know to write MP Follett. The authority hela, leadership hela, conflict hela, planning and coordination, control. Elton Mayo, human relation. That means Mayo was the first theorist who gave importance to human being in organization, who said that human being is important, and Mayo criticized classical theorists because classical theorists not give due importance to human being, not give due importance to informal communication, or classical theorists never promote participation of worker in management. Elton Mayo conduct two experiments. First is Philadelphia textile mill. Second is Hawthorne experiment, which is again divided into four parts. The outcome of human relation approach is individual participative management and informal organization. Hence come the behavioral group of theorists who focus on human behavior in organization. They say individual working in the organization has so certain socio-psychological behavior, or he has some socio-psychological aspect which was ignored by classical theorists, and Bernard was the pioneer. Bernard was known as the first behavioralist. Bernard, some most important idea of Bernard is like the concept of acceptance view of authority, role of communication, concept of zone of indifference, zone of denial, concept of planning, decision making, motivation, Bernard. After that, Argaris, Chris Argaris. Argaris also not support the classical theorist. He also initiation compare between two type of theory. Theory one, that is classical, theory two, that is behavioral, and he give importance of matrix organization, T group or sensitivity training, job enlargement. Lickert. Lickert is a behavioral theorist. Again, he make a comparison between classical and behavioral in his theory S1, S2, S3, S4. Explain that system 1 theory is purely classical, system 4 is behavioral, and every organization has to transfer from system 1 to system 2 to system 3 to system 4. Who is he explain organizational improvement? Okay. McGregor, M for McGregor, M for managerial philosophy. So McGregor explain or give managerial philosophy. Theory X manager, which is classical, theory Y manager, which is behavioral. And he said, or he proved in Scanlon that theory Y managerial philosophy is more successful than theory X managerial philosophy. Simon influence from Bernard. Simon is famously known as decision making theory, and Simon rejected the classical, especially Taylor's absolute rationality in decision making or one best way. Simon reject the classical Gullick principle, termed them prove her pompous slogan, and Simon give bounded rationality model in decision making, fact value dichotomy in decision making, concept of non-programmed decision, programmed decision, the concept of administrative man, the concept of opportunity cost and 0 point. And hence come Maslow and Hosberg, the prominent motivational theorist. Earlier, the classical theorists promote money motivation or mono motivation. Mono means single, that people only get motivated for money. That thing was first rejected by Chester Bernard, and then following idea of Chester Bernard, Maslow give his need hierarchy theory, concept of prepotency of need mix. Hosberg give two-factor theory or dual unipolar trait theory, job content factor, job context factor. And classical are criticized by human relation and behavioral. Behavioral are criticized by the situational group of theorists. So, what is the situational group of theorists? They said in a particular situation, not classical is a failure or not completely behaviorally successful. It depends on the situation, nature of employee, qualification of employee, that sometimes classical theorist idea also becomes successful. So they give a balance between classical and behavioral theorist, the situational theorist. Okay. So let's start Gullick, Luther Gullick. So this is Mr. Luther Gullick. Gullick post corp plus tan neutral principle. Post corp for tan neutral principle. Why neutral? Like our Pure universal that applied in both public and private sector. Same way, Gullick principle are neutral. Neutral, neither acid nor basic. Neither it tilt towards public sector nor tilt towards private sector. It can equally apply to both public and private sector. Hello? And why Gullick can give this type of theorization? Because Gullick also experienced working in both public private sector. And again, development of public administration first stage, polity administration dichotomy, Wilson. Second stage, if you remember, principal stage. In principle, Taylor, Fayol, Gullick, or Bigcom. And in principal stage, the gap between public and private administration reduced. Kahin ki reduced? Because same principle we applied in public and private sector. So the gap has reduced. So whenever Gully comes to your mind, intro, body, conclusion, criticism, present relevance. So intro easily you can write 2-3 line that Gullick was a prominent classical theorist. Gullick has experience working in both public and private sector. Gullick promote IT in administration. Gullick's publication and in body post corp and 10 neutral principle. So post corp P for planning, O for organizing, S for staffing, directing, coordinating, reporting, budgeting. ঠিক ଅଛି so coordination question ଯେତେବେଳେ ଆସିବ Gullick ଆସିବ planning ଯେତେବେଳେ ଯୋଉଠି ଲେଖୁଛ ତମେ ନୀତି ଆୟୋଗ ବାବଦରେ when you write answer on ନୀତି ଆୟୋଗ planning you must write Gullick. Staffing means proper staff. Personnel administration means staffing. You can mention Gullick. Coordination between employee manager, coordination between line and staff, coordination between headquarter and field, Gullick. Reporting and budgeting, financial administration, budget. So budget is a statement of income and expenditure, and Gullick was the first, or Gullick is one of the important classical theorists to explain about the importance of budgeting in organization. ହେଇଗଲା interpretation of theorist in unit 10 ହେଲା coordination is the master principle question ଆସୁଛି coordination is the master principle conflict arise in organization due to poor coordination proper coordination result into mental revolution IT facilitate coordination coordination increase efficiency government of India gati shakti to facilitate coordination government of Odisha IT to facilitate coordination so link ସବୁଠୁ ସବୁ ସାଙ୍ଗେ ଲିଙ୍କ ଯିଏ ଯେତେ ଲିଙ୍କ କରିପାରିବ ସେ ସେତେ ମାର୍କ ଆଣିବ एंड देखो आर्लियर कौन होता कि ठीक अच्छे जो 60 और 20 मार्कर थिला आमे 15टा लॉन्ग क्वेश्चन 20टा शॉर्ट क्वेश्चन प्रिपेयर करके जाउतला एंड गारंटी 3टा लॉन्ग क्वेश्चन आसुतला मु तो 10टा लॉन्ग क्वेश्चन सिलेक्शन दोउतले सेतिर 3टा आसी जाउतला लाइफ वाज वेरी इजी एट दैट टाइम कि गोटे पिला जदि खाली घोषी भी देला 10टा लॉन्ग क्वेश्चन से पूरा डायरेक्ट लॉन्ग क्वेश्चन आसीबो हर्बर्ट साइमन बाबद लेख टेलर बाबद लेख कि किछि भी एंड तमे छापी के आसीबो गोटे हिसाब रे हाँ जड़े घोषी की भी जाई कि लेखी की मार्क आणुथिला एबे इंटरप्रिटेशन एबे गोटे सिंगल वर्ड पचारिबो ता बाबद रे लेख ओके तो एबे चेंज हेची एबे तुमको बाय हार्ट बुझिबा को पड़िबो नहेले हबो नै नहेले क्वेश्चन रो डिमांड किछि थिबो तमर आंसर किछि थिबो you cannot justify the demand of the question and when you cannot justify the demand of the question you get 4 mark obviously you will get 4 mark ठीक अछि तो गलिक देखो गलिक रो डायरेक्ट किछि क्वेश्चन आसी नाही but where you can use Gullick question number 1 authority responsibility Gullick communication रे Gullick केमिति communication post corp coordination unity of command Gullick authority responsibility Gullick delegation रे Gullick delegation रे Gullick no longer several administrative signs Gullick coordination Gullick because post corp एबे टिके दिमाग खोलुची तो कि गलिक डायरेक्टली पचारे नहीं एज ए क्वेश्चन कि हु इज गलिक आज जाए पचारे नहीं तो गोटे पिला भाई आज तो गलिक पचारि नहीं गलिक कहीं की पढ़ी व्हाई शुड आई रीड गलिक गलिक पचारि नहीं बट बिना गलिक रे तमे कोऑर्डिनेशन इज द मास्टर प्रिंसिपल coordination is the master principle you have to mention about Gullick कि Gullick has coordination important principle एठी न्यूट्रल प्रिंसिपल Gullick delegation because Gullick रो 10टा प्रिंसिपल रो गोटे प्रिंसिपल सेला delegation which was rejected by देखो define delegation and discuss its limitation एठी रे लिखा हबो delegation कोन delegation रे कोन हुए which theorist promote delegation which theory reject delegation why he reject delegation and in delegation you give an example the example of delegation is delegated legislation which was also criticized as it is a necessary evil a good question this is a criticism of Max Weber hello in an organizational hierarchy every employee rise or get promoted to or his or her level of incompetence एठी किछि डायरेक्ट थ्योरी कहारी पचारि नाही if you read if you understand criticism of Max Weber If you understand what is Peter principle, what is the problem with Peter principle, only then you can write this answer. ଭାବ ମାନେ 2017 ବି ସେ level question ପଡିଛି and you have to give the solution. And here also you need to mention about the initiative taken by Government of India to weed out this problem. Initiative of DOPT, recommendation of second ARC, initiative of Government of Odisha. Bhavo paper 1 re B, paper 1 Max Weber re B, there is a scope to write about DOPT, second ARC, Government of Odisha. देखो बहुत टाइम रे ओडिया पेपर रे आसे तमे सुनी थिबो गवर्नमेंट ऑफ ओडिशा रो इनिशिएटिव अपारग एवं दुर्नीतिग्रस्त कर्मचारी को विदा अपारग माने कोन इनएफिशिएंट इनकम्पिटेंट तो गवर्नमेंट ऑफ ओडिशा भी कहूची इनकम्पिटेंट एम्प्लॉय मानन को विदा करबा डीओपीटी भी कहूची कंपल्सरी रिटायरमेंट इज नॉट ए पनिशमेंट इट इज टू विदाउट इनकम्पिटेंसी फ्रॉम ऑर्गेनाइजेशन तापर तुम आंसर टा गुटे ना परफेक्ट आंसर हो कि तमे गुटे एडी गुटे प्रॉब्लम देछि तमे से प्रॉब्लम को लिखिबा एंड तार सॉल्यूशन भी देखो क्वेश्चन रे जनरली सॉल्यूशन मागे नाही बट यू हैव टू गिव सॉल्यूशन क्रिटिसिज्म पचारे नाही यू हैव टू गिव क्रिटिसिज्म ଯେମିତି ଚା ତମେ କାହାକୁ ଚା ଅଫର କଲେ ପାଣି ଅଫର କର ଚା ସାଙ୍ଗରେ ବିସ୍କୁଟ ଅଫର କର ହେଲା କେହି ଚା ସାଙ୍ଗରେ ପାନ ଅଫର କରନ୍ତି ବେସ୍ ଆନ୍ସର ରାଇଟିଂ ଇଜ ଲାଇକ୍ दैट ଖାଲି ଜଣେ ଚା ମାଗୁଛି ମାନେ ତମେ ଚା ଦବନି ଓଡ଼ିଆ ଅସ୍ମିତାର ଏଗେନ୍ଷ୍ଟ ହେଇଯିବ ଚା ସାଙ୍ଗେ ତମେ ଆଉ ବି କିଛି ଦବ ହେଲା दैट इज आंसर राइटिंग आंसर राइटिंग रो बहुत हवा अछि मार्केट रे आंसर राइटिंग अरे कोर को जाओ आंसर राइटिंग कोन डिमांड को जाओ गोटे क्वेश्चन रो डिमांड हिसाब से लिखि देले हला आंसर किछि नै तमे डिमांड को जस्टिफाई करथुवा कथा एंड सम एक्स्ट्रा पॉइंट लेके एक्स्ट्रा मार्क आनिबो 330 क्रॉस करिवो आई विल शो यू मु माने विश्व ज्योति रो खाता देखिबे एमती समस्त 320 वाला भी अछि बट विश्व ज्योति रो खाता देखिबे जेहेतु से 334 आनिछि आई डोंट नो वेदर इट इज हाईएस्ट इन ओडिशा और नॉट बिकॉज ओडिशा रे जेते पिला अछन समस्त मार्क मु जानि नै बट आमो ग्रुप रे 334 हाईएस्ट तापरे 333 रैंक 10 तापरे 327 325 एमती बहुत लोक अछन अच्छा सो गलिक लूथर गलिक post कर plus 10 principle yes this is your answer एति जाने के तुम आंसर लिखि दो you should be prepared in such a way that गलिक आसिला माने you know this and you write answer but 10 टा प्रिंसिपल रो and 10 टा प्रिंसिपल केमदी मन रखियो सेडे बते देबे मु intro of Gullick Gullick was an important classical theorist Gullick was an important classical theorist he gave his theory along with Urbic. He gave his theory along with Urbic. He had experience working in both public and private sector. He had experience working in both public and private sector. He was an engineer from Japan. He was a structuralist by nature. Means focus on the structure of the organization, but focus on manager also. He reject polity administration dichotomy given by Woodrow Wilson. Acha, when we discuss Woodrow Wilson in Unit 1, we will discuss that Woodrow Wilson giving the concept polity administration dichotomy means we want to separate administration from polity. Okay. Wilson was supported by Goodenough, who is regarded as father of American public administration, and also Taylor. But Wilson was rejected, or polity administration dichotomy was rejected by Waldo, who we discuss in scope of public administration, and Minnebrook 1 conference, convener of Minnebrook 1 conference, and Fayol and Gullick. They reject polity administration dichotomy. They support fusion of polity and administration. ଏବେ ଖାଲି ଏତିକି ବୁଝିଥାଅ କି ଡାଇକୋଟୋମିଟାକୁ କିଏ ସପୋର୍ଟ କଲା ଆଉ କିଏ ରିଜେକ୍ଟ କଲା. He proposed to use IT in administration. He proposed to use IT in administration, information technology. देखो एटा important. IT एबे को यूनिट रे अछि. IT अछि paper 1 unit 6, IT अछि paper 2 unit 10. And ए वर्ष आसिनी next year question आसीबा IT रो. So whenever you write a question on IT, you have to mention that classical theorist Gullick has proposed or advised to use IT in administration. भाव से IT क्वेश्चन रे ना पिला धरा पड़ी जानते. कौन धरा पड़ी जानते? किछि पिला पूरा जनरलिस्टिक क्वेश्चन लिखंती IT 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 माने उटे कोन कहि फिका माने आंसर ସେଥିରେ କିଛି ମାନେ କଣ୍ଟେଣ୍ଟ ନଥାଏ. IT ଏଇଟା କଲା IT ସେଇଟା କଲା IT ଏଇଟା ହେଲା ସେଇଟା ହେଇଗଲା. In name of answer they only give example. से GS आंसर भलिया ई कॉमर्स ई मेडिसिन ई दिस ई दैट ना एटा पॉवर्ड आंसर नुह. पब्लिक एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन आंसर माने थ्योरिस्ट. एनी ऑप्शनल तमे सुनी दिबो. ऑप्शनल माने होची थ्योरिस्ट. बिना थ्योरिस्ट रे सेटा जीएस हे गला ना. बिना ऑप्शनल रे बिना थ्योरिस्ट रे ऑप्शनल टा हे गला जीएस. ज्योग्राफी ऑप्शनल रे एग्जांपल दोछि मु भी जानि नथली एते थ्योरिस्ट अछंदी बोली. ज्योग्राफी ऑप्शनल रे बहुत थ्योरिस्ट. सोशियोलॉजी रे भी एवरी ऑप्शनल थ्योरिस्ट. एंड जो पिला मेटिकुलसली यूज कला थ्योरिस्ट मानकर नेम ताको अधिका मार्क मिले. जनरल ट्रेंड जानि जो समझते. तो आईटी क्वेश्चन रे तमे यदि लिखि दिछो क्लासिकल थ्योरिस्ट गलिक इवैल्यूएटर पढि दो अरे गलिक आईटी तापर लिखि दियो साइमन कोइछि एनपीडी को पीडी कन्वर्ट करो आईटी एंड अदर थ्योरीज वी विल डिस्कस. तो तम आंसर टा बाकी मानकटो एनरिच हे गला डेफिनेटली अधिका मार्क आनिबो डाउट नाही. बट एटा टिके प्रैक्टिस करिया पड़िबो. एंड आफ्टर सम प्रैक्टिस बारंबार सुनी तमरो मने रही जिवो कि Gullick IT रे लगेबी, IT रे Gullick आसिला, से सेठी आसिला, से सेठी आसिला. So he proposed IT in administration. तापर publication, paper on science of administration. ना 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 विश्व ना ना जीएस रे नहीं, जीएस नहीं, जीएस रे थ्योरीज देखिबो नहीं, दरकार नहीं, बिल्कुल लिखिबो नहीं. जीएस 2 रे मैक्सिमम तमे सेकंड एआरसी यूज करि पारो. सेकंड एआरसी एंड डिफरेंट कमीशन, सरकारिया कमीशन, पुंची कमीशन. डोंट मेंशन एनी थ्योरीज इन जीएस. बिल्कुल स्ट्रिक्ट नो. So publication, paper on science of administration. Gullick give 10 neutral principle of organization. He said these principle can used in both public and private sector. This principle can used in both public and private sector. And Gullick belongs to the second stage or principal stage of growth of administration. Second stage principal stage of public administration. No, principal stage. ବଡିରେ ମୁଁ କହିଛି Postcard plus 10 principle planning, very important for organization. All uh, uh, all organization do planning to achieve short term goal, long term goal. Organizing man and material. Organizing man material for production. Staffing. Staffing means appointing proper staff at proper position. Appointing proper staff at proper position. Directing manager direct worker. Superior direct subordinate. Coordinating, because it is very important. Coordination between worker, manager. Coordination between different department, branch, section. Coordination reduce conflict, coordination increase, a symbolটা increase decrease বুঝে দেবো, increase efficiency, productivity. Reduce conflict, increase efficiency and productivity. ଯେମିତି ଆମେ ପଢିବା coordination between line and staff, coordination between uh, uh, line staff or directorate and secretariat, coordination between headquarter and field. These are all example of coordination. IT facilitate coordination, mission कर्मयोगी facilitate coordination. आगुरी लिखुतला आमे मो सरकार एंड 5T टीम वर्क बे तो सेटा बैन ही होला. So IT facilitate coordination, mission कर्मयोगी facilitate coordination. गति शक्ति facilitate coordination. ହେଲା coordination ऊपर ଗୋଟେ answer. Why coordination is the master principle of any organization? Reporting. देखो every organization make weekly, monthly, quarterly, annual report. Report रे कौन होगा? Reporting performance of organization. It explain the performance of the organization. It explain the problem of organization. So in proper reporting, we can find out the problem and we go for the solution. So reporting has that importance. Report making to find out the flaws, good and bad thing of the organization and take proper step to find out the solution. Clear? Budgeting. Budget means it is a document income and expenditure. Profit or loss. Income or expenditure of the organization, profit or loss. Budgeting. Government of India do budget. Paper 1 unit 10 financial administration. Paper 1 unit 10 budget. ଏବେ ତମେ ଭୁଲି ପାରିବ ବି ନାହିଁ କି paper 1 unit 10 ଆଚ୍ଛା budget ହେଇଗଲା. तो budget question रे गली कथा लेखा हो. After that 10 ନ୍ୟୁଟ୍ରାଲ ପ୍ରିନ୍ସିପଲ। ଦେଖ 10 ନ୍ୟୁଟ୍ରାଲ ପ୍ରିନ୍ସିପଲ ରୁ ବହୁତ କିଛି already fuel ରେ ଆମେ discussion କରିଥିଲା, like division of work or specialization, fuel unity of command भी कहिथिला ଆଉ division of work भी कहिथिला, and Simon कहिथिले कि division of work and unity of command contradictory to each other, and division of work समस्त जानिଛ, work is divided among worker based on their knowledge, experience, skill, so that there will no overlapping of work, and division of work result into specialization because one worker do a particular work for a long time, so uh, he get he get more experience in this particular work, he gets specialization in this work, so this is division of work ହେଲା। এটা ফিওল রে ଆମେ ডিসକশন কৰিଥିଲା তো কপি পেস্ট। সেকেন্ড, basis of departmentalization। अच्छा, ये सिलेबस देखिए दोस्तों तुमको, बेसिस ऑफ डिपार्टमेंटलाइजेशन, देखो मिनिस्ट्री एंड डिपार्टमेंट, बेसिस ऑफ डिपार्टमेंटलाइजेशन, मिनिस्ट्री एंड डिपार्टमेंट, देखो सेठी भी थिला मिनिस्ट्री एंड डिपार्टमेंट, एठी भी मिनिस्ट्री एंड डिपार्टमेंट। तो डिपार्टमेंट माने कोन, मिनिस्ट्री और डिपार्टमेंट माने कोन, सिंपल तुम जानिछो गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया हैला कि गवर्नमेंट ऑफ ओडिशा हैला, जेतबेला हमें गवर्नमेंट को होइछु सेथिरे बहुत सारा मिनिस्ट्री अछि और डिपार्टमेंट अछि। गोटे मिनिस्ट्री भितरे दी चारटा डिपार्टमेंट भी अछि, फॉर एग्जांपल फाइनेंस मिनिस्ट्री मेनी डिपार्टमेंट, होम मिनिस्ट्री मेनी डिपार्टमेंट, or sometimes a department like ocean development not under any ministry। So what is the aim to divide government of India into many ministry? Why government of India is divided into many ministry under rules of business of government of India? Simple answer, division of work। If you connect kori parucho, division of work, गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया रो आमे 70 टा मिनिस्ट्री ही गला, गवर्नमेंट ऑफ ओडिशा रो 40 टा डिपार्टमेंट ही गला, कोन डिवीजन ऑफ वर्क, वर्क डिवाइड हेले कोन होबो, जनक ऊपर प्रेशर पड़िबो नै, समस्त अलग अलग काम करिवे, एफिशिएंसी बढ़िबो, स्पेशलाइजेशन बढ़िबो, नो ओवरलैपिंग, नो ओवरबर्डन, एंड से जो डिपार्टमेंटलाइजेशन ता बाबद रे गलिक कहचंदी, गलिक रो कोन बेसिस ऑफ डिपार्टमेंटलाइजेशन कि को बेस रे आमे डिपार्टमेंट बनेबा, on which base government should create department by Gullick। Clear? So this is how link। तो जेतेबेले डिपार्टमेंट आंसर केबे लिखिबो तमे, you can mention that classical theorist Gullick has given 4P basis of departmentalization: person, place, process, so basis of departmentalization on which base department should be created। तो पेपर 1 यूनिट 3 लिंक भी कर दोची, पेपर 1 यूनिट 3, पेपर 2 यूनिट 3। तो आहुरी क्लैरिटी ही गला तुमको कि अच्छा पेपर 1 यूनिट 3, पेपर 2 यूनिट 3। So he has given 4P basis of departmentalization. What is those? Person, place, process, purpose. Person, ଆମେ କଣ କରିବା? ଓଲ୍ଡ ମାନଙ୍କ ପାଇଁ ବନେଇବା ଡିପାର୍ଟମେଣ୍ଟ। ଆମେ ଏସସି ପର୍ସନ ମାନଙ୍କ ପାଇଁ, ଏସଟି ମାନଙ୍କ ପାଇଁ, ୱିମେନ ମାନଙ୍କ ପାଇଁ ଡିପାର୍ଟମେଣ୍ଟ ବନେଇବା। ଠିକ ଅଛି। ପ୍ଲେସ୍, ଗୋଟେ ପ୍ଲେସ୍ ପାଇଁ ଫର ଏକ୍ସାମ୍ପଲ କେବିକେ ଡିପାର୍ଟମେଣ୍ଟ, ନର୍ଥ ଇଷ୍ଟ ଡିପାର୍ଟମେଣ୍ଟ, ଦଣ୍ଡକାରଣ୍ୟ ଡିପାର୍ଟମେଣ୍ଟ। ପ୍ରୋସେସ୍, ପ୍ରୋସେସ୍ ମିନ୍ସ ଲ ହେଇପାରେ, ଏଜୁକେସନ ହେଇପାରେ। ପର୍ପସ୍, remove malnutrition, remove hunger. तो पर्सन, प्लेस, प्रोसेस एंड पर्पस बेस रे डिपार्टमेंट बना हबो, एटा किए कहिला? गलिक कहिला। बट ही वाज क्रिटिसाइज्ड। Gullick was criticized for his 4P basis of departmentalization because due to this 4P basis of departmentalization, Lilliputian organization developed with overlapping jurisdiction. ଯେମିତି କେବିକେ ପାଇଁ ଗୋଟେ ଡିପାର୍ଟମେଣ୍ଟ ବନେଇଲ, ସେଠି ବି ଟ୍ରାଇବାଲ ଅଛନ୍ତି, ତାପରେ ଟ୍ରାଇବାଲ ମାନଙ୍କ ପାଇଁ ଡିପାର୍ଟମେଣ୍ଟ ବନେଇଲ, ଟ୍ରାଇବାଲ ଓମେନ ମାନଙ୍କ ପାଇଁ ପୁଣି ଗୋଟେ ଡିପାର୍ଟମେଣ୍ଟ ବନେଇଲ, ଟ୍ରାଇବାଲ ମାନଙ୍କର ମାଲ ନ୍ୟୁଟ୍ରିସନ କରିବା ପାଇଁ ଗୋଟେ ଡିପାର୍ଟମେଣ୍ଟ ବନେଇଲ। ତ କିଏ କୋଉ କାମ କରିବ କନଫ୍ୟୁଜନ ହେଇଯିବ। एंड लिलीपुटियन मीन स्मॉल स्मॉल बहुत डिपार्टमेंट ହେଇଯିବ। रादर देन गोटे ट्राइबल वेलफेयर डिपार्टमेंट, ସେଥିରେ ट्राइबल ମାନଙ୍କର ट्राइबल वुमेन भी आसी गले, ट्राइबल मेल भी आसी गले, ट्राइबल चिल्ड्रेन आसी गले, ट्राइबल ମାନଙ୍କର एजुकेशन ପାଇଁ, ट्राइबल ମାନଙ୍କର माल न्यूट्रिशन, हंगर, एम्प्लॉयमेंट सब से कवर कर देला। जोटा में पुणी पढ़िबा कोडी पेपर 2 यूनिट 9 वेलफेयर एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन, ट्राइबल वेलफेयर, वेलफेयर ऑफ एससी, वेलफेयर ऑफ एसटी, एसटी माने को वेलफेयर पाई को माने हु इज ऑर्गेनाइजेशन वर्किंग फॉर द वेलफेयर ऑफ एसटी, एनएचआरसी, ओएचआरसी, ट्राइबल अफेयर मिनिस्ट्री, नेशनल कमीशन फॉर एसटी, लॉ मिनिस्ट्री, हेल्थ मिनिस्ट्री, एजुकेशन मिनिस्ट्री। ओके, क्वेश्चन बेस थिला ट्राइबल रो। सो दिस इज 4P बेसिस ऑफ डिपार्टमेंटलाइजेशन। एटा दुईटा हला। देखो 3 4 5 पॉइंट मन रखिबाटा इजी। कोऑर्डिनेटिंग थ्रू hierarchy, coordinating through ideas, coordinating through committee। ହେଲା, तीनटा आराम रे मन रखि दबो। कोऑर्डिनेशन गुटे वर्ड जानिଛ, कोऑर्डिनेशन एठी प्रिंसिपल भी अछि। कोऑर्डिनेशन इज ए प्रिंसिपल एंड कोऑर्डिनेशन इज कोऑर्डिनेशन इज मास्टर प्रिंसिपल ऑफ एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव ऑर्गेनाइजेशन। तो एबे बुझी पारुछ, कोऑर्डिनेशन इज मास्टर प्रिंसिपल रे टेलर भी कहिछि कोऑर्डिनेशन कथा, फेयर भी कहिछि कोऑर्डिनेशन कथा, गलिक फास्ट कहिला पोस्ट कर्व रे कोऑर्डिनेशन। अपार्ट फ्रॉम दिस Gullick has given 10 principles. Out of the 10 principles, 3 principles are highlighting the importance of coordination in organization. That coordination through hierarchy, ideas, committee. आफ्टर दैट मैक्स वेबर भी कोऑर्डिनेशन कथा कहिछि, एमपी फोलेट भी कोऑर्डिनेशन कथा कहिछि, इल्टन मेयो भी कोऑर्डिनेशन कथा कहिसंती, चेस्टर बर्नार्ड भी कोऑर्डिनेशन, लिकर्ट कोऑर्डिनेशन, आर्गारिस कोऑर्डिनेशन, मैकग्रेगर कोऑर्डिनेशन। तो तमर आंसर ही गला सबु थियोरिस्ट रो जदी गोटे गोटे लाइन तमे लिखि गला, you got a perfect answer that this is the reason why coordination is the master principle of all administrative organization, because all theories, whether they are classical, human relation, behavioral, scientific management, everyone highlight the importance of coordination. And also in present day, government of India also given importance to coordination. So wider use of IT to facilitate coordination, Gati Shakti to facilitate coordination. এগুলো তোমার आंसर, perfect answer. Rather than coordination, 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 coordination এইটা তারপরে লিখিব coordination রে কোন ফায়দা हुए, the advantage of coordination in organization. But শুনো, ওটা आंसर coordination, তুমি লিখিলো coordination এইটা हुए সেইটা हुए x y z हुए, but তুমি কহিলো কি ମୁଁ କହୁନି, टेलर କହୁଛନ୍ତି, टेलर କହୁଛନ୍ତି କି coordination is very important through his principle mental revolution. Fayol କହୁଛନ୍ତି କି coordination is very important through his POC. Gullick post कर, Gullick coordination through this. ଏବେ concept ଟା ବୁଝ, why I am giving so much importance to theorist, because ଯେତେବେଳେ ତମେ theorist ର ଗୋଟେ ନାଁ ଲେଖିକି କହୁଛ कि आज्ञा टेलर कहिचंदी एटा, फेयल कहिचंदी एटा, मु कहूने, बोल हम रहे हैं लेकिन शब्द तो फेयल के हैं. So your answer has more authentication. When you write that second ARC ର fourth report एटा कहुची, your answer is more authenticated. When you said government of India DOPT एटा कहुची, government of Odisha ई कथा कहुची, the Odisha chief minister grievance redressal करूचंती, your answer has more authentication, and the evaluator feel that you are not a bookworm, you understand something and you connect it through your surrounding. And proper second ARC fourth report, तो कौन तुम आंसर आओ ऑथेंटिकेट हला कि ऐसे इवैल्यूएटर भी खुशी होबो. देखो प्रैक्टिकली ना पिला के ही देखंती नाही सेकंड ईयर से बहुत कम, तुम पचारो, तुम रैंडमली पिला को पचारो, बिकॉज़ मने पड़े नै, बट एठी मु सब दिन तुमको एम्ति से गोटे पिन मारिला भलिया मारिबी, सब दिन पिन मारिबी वर्ष सारा, सेकंड ईयर से सेकंड ईयर से सेकंड ईयर से सेकंड ईयर से. तो इफ यू ट्राई टू फॉरगेट आल्सो यू कैन नॉट फॉरगेट. तो एते थरो तमे सेकंड ईयर सी और ता रिपोर्ट माने सुनी देइतिबो, तो माइंड रे छापी जइतिबो. तापर गोटे क्वेश्चन आसला आरटीआई, ऑटोमेटिक माइंड रे बाहरिबो सेकंड ईयर सी फर्स्ट रिपोर्ट, राइट टू इंफॉर्मेशन द मास्टर की टू गुड गवर्नेंस. डिजास्टर मैनेजमेंट सेकंड ईयर सी थर्ड रिपोर्ट. न्यूट्रलिटी एनोनिमिटी, लोकपाल लोक आयुक्त सेकंड ईयर सी फोर्थ रिपोर्ट. लोकल गवर्नमेंट सेकंड ईयर सी सिक्स्थ रिपोर्ट. पर्सनल एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन सेकंड ईयर सी 10th रिपोर्ट. आईटी 11th रिपोर्ट. सिटीजन एंड एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन 12th रिपोर्ट. बस. तो एटा माने बारंबार 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 हजारे थोड़ा जेतोड़ तो माइंड रे सुनिबो, हजारे थोड़ा जेतोड़ सुनिबो ना, बाध्य तम माइंड रे से पसी की रही जीवो कि हां हां सेकंड ईयर से उठा अछि. सो सेटा सेटा जनरली की कहते नै. देखो कोन हुए, व्हेन आई वाज आल्सो रीडिंग, हमरो सर कहिले कि सेकंड ईयर से पढो, तमे तो सेकंड ईयर से देखिबो सेटा गुटे ग्रंथ बाइबल, तमे डरी जीवो कोन पढिबी कोन छाडिबी. किंतु एठी हमकु ना सेकंड ईआरसी को यूज करिवार अछि. We are not supposed to write a answer on second ERC, but we need to गोटे 250 word answer भितरे दी लाइन खाली गोटे रेफरेंस देवार अछि, 2 or 3 line. So we should know only that 2 3 line what we can use in a particular answer. rather than the voluminous second ARC report. दरकार ही नहीं तो गोटे पर्टिकुलर आंसर रे सेकंड ARC रो फोर्थ रिपोर्ट रो दीटा पॉइंट very precise you need to know very precise पूरा सेकंड ARC पढ़िले किछि में दरकार ही नहीं दीटा रिपोर्ट डिस्ट्रिक्ट कलेक्टर सेकंड ARC 15 रिपोर्ट दीटा रिपोर्ट आईटी सेकंड ARC 11 रिपोर्ट तीनटा रिपोर्ट बस तो एटा माने बारंबार 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 सुनी 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 यू डेवलप्ड ए हैबिट कि हां मु सेकंड ARC लिखिबी मु करंट एग्जांपल लिखिबी जेमती फॉर एग्जांपल एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव लॉ काली गोटे ग्रुप रे देइतिली देखि देबो तो एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव लॉ कोन देखो मु ग्रुप रे जहां भी दोची करंट अफेयर दैट वी विल अगेन डिस्कस बिफोर एग्जाम एग्जाम आगरु पूरा वर्ष सारा रो करंट अफेयर हमें आई विल टेक ए क्लास ऑफ इट हैला तो एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव लॉ रो क्वेश्चन पडिला तमे कोन कहइबो द हरियाणा हाई कोर्ट वांट LBSNA to include administrative law in its syllabus. This highlights the importance of administrative law. बस गुटे लाइन कि हरियाणा हाई कोर्ट LBSNA को कहिछि कि एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव लॉ पढ़ा that depict the significance and importance of administrative law. तो वर्ष सारा जहां भी करंट अफेयर देखो मु पेपर पढुछि मु पांचटा सातटा सोर्स रु पढुछि whenever I find any important current news that is important for our answer writing ताको मु ग्रुप रे पकेबी सेटा तमे पढिबो एंड एग्जाम आगरु आई विल टेक स्पेशल 4-5 क्लास जोतिरे खाली हमें डिस्कशन करिबा कि कोन करंट अफेयर हमें यूज करि परिबा आंसर तो गोटे आंसर रे हमें एनरिच करिबा पई गोटे लाइन करंट अफेयर भी लिखिबा और गोटे लाइन सेकंड ARC भी लिखिबा जहा को हमें एनरिचमेंट क्लास कहाउ ओके सो एटा तीनटा पॉइंट मन रखि देलो कोऑर्डिनेशन थ्रू हायरार्की सो ऑर्गेनाइजेशनल हायरार्की टॉप टू बॉटम कोऑर्डिनेशन आइडियाज डिफरेंट आइडिया एंड कमिटी इन द पार्लियामेंट्री कमिटी अछि एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन कमिटी अछि थ्रू कमिटी कोऑर्डिनेशन रखा हबो ऑर्गेनाइजेशन 6 पॉइंट हैला डिसेंट्रलाइजेशन in the first class I have told you the difference between centralization, decentralization, recentralization, concentration, deconcentration. So decentralization means when the authority holder give when the authority holder give power and when the authority holder give authority and responsibility both permanently to the subordinate, it is decentralization. In decentralization, authority and responsibility both given to subordinate. Example 73rd CA. In delegation, only authority is given, not responsibility. So decentralization, authority and responsibility both given to the subordinate. Subordinate को authority responsibility दे दो like 73rd Constitutional Amendment Act. But delegation only authority is given, not responsibility. So से decentralization को follow करें. Keep Gullick 7 line and staff. देखो पेपर 1 यूनिट 3 लाइन एंड स्टाफ କହିଛି କିଏ ଗୁଲିକ ଲାइन एंड स्टाफ कौन सेक्रेटेरिएट एंड डायरेक्टरेट सेक्रेटेरिएट डायरेक्टरेट कोठी अछि सेक्रेटेरिएट डायरेक्टरेट पेपर 2 यूनिट 4 तो सेक्रेटेरिएट डायरेक्टरेट गलिक सेक्रेटेरिएट डायरेक्टरेट होची split system in administration line and staff also split system in administration split means two part split system ହେଲା line and staff so paper 1 unit 3 so line and staff कौन Indian administration split system split means two part one part is focused on policy formulation one part is policy implementation policy formulation जे करे से होची staff और secretariat implement जे करे से होची line और directorate so Indian administration split system line and staff ହେଲା line and staff কথা কি কইছে গলিক কি গোটে লাইন ডিপার্টমেন্ট রহিবে গোটে স্টাফ ডিপার্টমেন্ট রহিবে লাইন করিবা পলিসি ইমপ্লিমেন্ট স্টাফ করিবা পলিসি ফর্মুলেট तापरे 8 पॉइंट हैला यूनिटी ऑफ कमांड तो पुणी फ्यूल भी यूनिटी ऑफ कमांड कहितिला employee get order from one superior unity of command which was rejected by Taylor functional forensic and Simon criticized this principle pompous slogan proverb they fail when face reality हैला unity of command supported by Fayol rejected by Taylor who promote functional forensic delegation means authority holder give authority to subordinate temporary manner authority holder give authority to subordinate temporary manner to do some work and as I said in delegation only authority given not responsibility only authority is given and not responsibility if at all responsibility is given, it is operating responsibility and not final responsibility. Final responsibility always lies with the authority holder. ହେଲା तो ବୁଝିଗଲ तो डेलीगेशन को किए प्रमोट कले गलिक गलिक प्रमोट डेलीगेशन delegation frequently asked question define delegation and discuss its limitation define delegation and discuss its limitation delegation was rejected by MP Follett reject delegation MP Follett reject delegation she said authority belongs to the job and stay with it. It can't be delegated. It can't be delegated. है ना? This is MP for it. Span of control. देखो span of control एटा भी गोटे अच्छे principle span of control. Span of control कहिथिले span like your eye span you can have limited ତମେ ତମ ପଛକୁ ଦେଖି ପାରିବନି 360 डिग्री ଦେଖି ପାରିବନି गोटे आखि बंद कले आई स्पान आउ कमी ଯିବ span of control means how many subordinate a superior can effectively control how many subordinate a superior can effectively control how many subordinate a superior can effectively control is span of control and span of control is inversely proportional to hierarchy introduction class रे एटा कहिदिली मु how span of control is inversely proportional to hierarchy हैला span of control बढ़िले hierarchy कमिबो span of control कमिले hierarchy बढ़िबो if span of control is 2 that means गोटे superior दुईटा एम्प्लॉय को कंट्रोल करि परिबो से दुईटा आउ दुईटा को we have a hierarchical organization but if span of control increase for example low span of control this hierarchical organization high span of control we have a flat structure and a hierarchical organization has high inefficiency rather than a flat structure and how we can increase span of control as span of control is limited using IT span of control re IT re span of control using IT we can increase span of control of manager now a manager can control more number of subordinate and we can have a flat organizational structure which was the demand of the day or it should be the modern organization should be like that है ना? So flat organizational structure, high span of control, low span of control, hierarchical organization. And second ERC also recommend করেছি, second ERC recommend to lower hierarchy in government organization. IT can increase span of control and decrease hierarchy, result a flat organizational structure, a flat organizational structure, more efficiency. Okay, তো হয়ে গেল 10টা পয়েন্ট গলিকর। After that, criticism of Gullick and contemporary approach. Criticism same, human relation theory, Mayo. Mayo କହିଲା Gullick ignore human aspect, ignore informal aspect. ହେଲା? Behavioral theorist Chester Bernard, Likert, McGregor, Likert. What they say? Gullick not focus on human behavior. He not focus on human behavior. गोटे लाइन बिकॉज स्कोप अधिका लिखिबार नाही, अदरवाइज क्रिटिसिज्म रे गोटे आंसर हे जिवो। 4P basis of departmentalization. Gullick's 4P basis of departmentalization was criticized, result in Lilliputian administration. It result in Lilliputian administration. Overlapping. MP Follett reject delegation. Simon principle are pompous slogan, proverb, face, fail when face reality. So common criticism काली भी थिला। Taylor criticize unity of command as it hampers specialization. Okay, this we can say criticism. Future line. Present relevance of Gullick. Acha, you tell me, what do you think? Whose idea of Gullick is still relevant according to you? କୁହ ତମେ answer ଦିଅ. Yes, very good. Post core. Yes, post core is relevant. नीति आयोग प्लानिंग करूची, कोऑर्डिनेशन, बजेट. ଆଉ କିଛି? Yes, division of work. It is still relevant. Delegation, although it is a necessary evil. Coordination, decentralization, line and staff. Yes, line and staff. Yes, ଦି ଚାରିଟା ଲେଖିଦେବୁ, ସବୁ ଲେଖିବା ଦରକାର ନାହିଁ. That ଆଜି ଡେଟ୍ରେ post corp relevant, division of work relevant, delegation, yes ହଉଛି, delegation is a necessary evil. Coordination, basis of departmentalization criticize ହେଇଛି ନା, ସେଇଟା ସେଇ ହିସାବରେ ହଉ ନାହିଁ, so we cannot say that it is relevant. Delegation, coordination, decentralization, line and staff, ଏତିକି ଆମେ କହିପାରିବା କି ଏଇଟା still relevant ଆଜି ଡେଟ୍ରେ in all organizational principle. And his idea of IT in administration, he say using IT in administration, so this is also relevant. अच्छा, ଏବେ ଗୋଟେ ଜିନିଷ ସମସ୍ତେ ବୁଝିପାରିଲ कि जो क्रिटिसिज्म मु कहूची कि कंटेम्पररी अप्रोच कहूची, यू नो नीड टू पुट स्पेशल एफर्ट राइटिंग दोस थिंग्स. तमरो से जो बॉडी 10टा पॉइंट सेई थिरु एक्सट्रैक्ट करी कि तमे क्रिटिसिज्म लिखिबो. एंड गोटे पैटर्न क्रिटिसिज्म किए करिछि, ए करिछि, ह्यूमन रिलेशन करिछि, बिहेवियरल करिछि, साइमन करिछि, एमपी फोलेट करिछि, एठी गोटे एमपी फोलेट एक्स्ट्रा आसी जिवो, टेलर करिछि. तो आप ପାଇଁ କିଛି ସ୍ପେଶାଲ ଏଫର୍ଟ ତମକୁ ଦରକାର ନାହିଁ କି ଆଚ୍ଛା କ୍ରିଟିସିଜମ ବି ମୁଁ ମନେ ରଖିବି, କଣ୍ଟେମ୍ପୋରାରୀ ଆପ୍ରୋଚ ମନେ ରଖିବି ନା. you no need to remember all these things specially. ତମେ ଟେଲର ଜାଣିଛ, ଟେଲର ଫଙ୍କସନାଲ ଫର୍ମେସିଭ ହେଇଗଲା. ତମେ ସାଇମନ ଥରେ ଜାଣିଲ କି ସାଇମନ, ଆଚ୍ଛା ସାଇମନ କ୍ରିଟିସାଇଜ କରିଛି, ବିହେଭିୟରାଲ କ୍ରିଟିସାଇଜ କରିଛି, ମେଓ କ୍ରିଟିସାଇଜ କରିଛି once. তারপরে contemporary approach means yes, some idea of Gullick is still relevant. আচ্ছা, কোন কোন relevant সামনার পুরা ক্লিয়ার দিସୁছি, পোস্ট কর relevant, নীতি আয়োগ প্ল্যানিং করুছি, কোঅর্ডিনেশন ইজ ভেরি ইম্পর্টেন্ট. তারপরে লাইন এন্ড স্টাফ, এবে বি ଅଛି লাইন এন্ড স্টাফ, ডিসেন্ট্রালাইজেশন 73rd CA, কোঅর্ডিনেশন ইজ ভেরি ইম্পর্টেন্ট, ডেলিগেশন, বাস সরিগলা आंसर. तो जमती इलिसी माछर स्पेशलिटी न था, इलिसी माछरे तेल देवाको पड़े नहीं, बस. तो कम जानी कि भी तुम आंसर लिखि पारिबो, बस तुम जानी थिबा कि कोडा केमती लिखिबी. तो सेही बॉडी रु एक्सट्रैक्ट करिक क्रिटिसिज्म, सेही टू कंटेम्पोरेरी अप्रोच. हैला, सेही टू क्रिटिसिज्म, सेही टू कंटेम्पोरेरी अप्रोच.